Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Easter kind of snuck up on me, but I have a few quick DIYs that you can still make in time for the holiday. And I tried my hand at decorating a tier tray for the first time, and I have to say, it came out better than I thought. So without further ado, let's go get lost in this DIY sauce. I got this tier tray from the Bullseye Playground and it was only $5. And to give it a more traditional look, I used a reciprocating saw and cut off the top arch on one side, which really opens up the top shelf. And you can see that here. For our first DIY, we're going to make a candy treat jar using this large glass jar from Dollar Tree. Make sure you wipe the lid off to remove any dust and prep for the paint. I used 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in ivory with a few drops of chestnut to give it a more beige color. To add this decorative knob that I got from Dollar Tree, I used my drill to make a hole in the center of the lid. I'm not good at measurements, so I just eyeballed it where I wanted it to be. And make sure you use a drill bit that's slightly larger than the screw on the knob. And once you've made your hole, stick the knob on and fasten with the washer and nut that comes with it. To decorate the jar itself, I started by using alcohol to dampen the surface. If you don't have alcohol available, that's completely fine. You can definitely use water. I was lucky enough to find Easter-themed window clings this year, which I was super excited about. I usually don't see them at the stores that I typically shop at, so you know your girl went crazy and bought just about every variety they had. Once I settled on a design that I liked, I carefully stuck it to the front of the jar. Next, I took a pool noodle, which I also purchased at Dollar Tree, and cut a piece about 1 to 1.5 inches shorter than the height of the jar. I added a piece of tape to cover the hole on one side and then placed it in the center. I chose not to use hot glue for this step so I can remove the noodle later and use the jar for other things in the future. If you don't have a pool noodle, you can definitely use a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll or nothing at all. But by adding something to the center of the jar, you use less candy to fill it up, so it'll save you some coin in the end. You can thank me later. Once all the candy is in the jar, remove the piece of tape so it's not blocking the screw from the knob, screw on the lid, and you have yourself a cute little treat jar. This next DIY is a pretty simple one, and I'll be using window clings to create the illusion of a framed picture. I started by opening the back of this picture frame that I got from Dollar Tree. I took the insert and turned it over with the front side facing down, and then laid the white cardstock frame over it. This will give me the illusion of a white background without having to paint the glass. Using rubbing alcohol again, I dampened the glass, and once I found a design I liked, I carefully laid it in place. I saw I had a little extra space, so I decided to add a small flower to the corner. When you put the frame back together, put the glass in first with the window cling side facing down, followed by the cardstock frame, and lastly the picture insert with the white side facing down. Secure the backing and you're all done. Now you know this wouldn't be a Lost in the DIY Sauce video without a sock gnome tutorial, because you know how your girl gets down. I'm not going to walk you through this one, but I'll link my Valentine's Day gnome video above if you're interested in how to do this in more detail. So enjoy the tunes while I rest my voice. after, I decided to give the gnome ears, and I just freehanded what I thought rabbit ears are shaped like onto a piece of white felt and then cut them out. It does not have to be perfect at all. I cut smaller ear shapes out of this pink glitter foam sheet, and since it has a sticky backing, I was able to stick it right to the felt. And once again, this does not have to be perfect. To attach the ears, cut a slit going across the front of the fuzzy sock / gnome hat and stick the ears in. Once you have them positioned where you want, put a dab of hot glue on the back and secure them to the sock. I gave the part of the sock I cut a little tuck and added some hot glue to secure it and keep it from fraying. I made a pom-pom off camera with 2 different colors of yarn from my stash and tied it to the end of the sock. Then I hot glued it down to cover the little pink piece that was sticking out. Pom-poms are pretty simple to make, but comment below if you want me to make a video on how I usually do it. I wanted my gnome to have a sign, so I got a wooden skewer, which you can find at Dollar Tree, and I broke a piece off that was around 4 inches long. Then I got a chalkboard sign, which is also from Dollar Tree, snapped the clip off the back, and hot glued my skewer to it. For added security, and to cover the point at the end, I hot glued a small piece of felt over that. Using a paint marker I got from Michael's, I wrote a Happy Easter message on the sign. And using Easter confetti from Dollar Tree, I added a bunny to the corner. Then I attached the sign to my gnome as if she were holding it. Finally, I added a few dabs of hot glue around the hat, and then my gnome was all done. I got this super cute pickup from Michael's and thought it would be perfect for my tiered tray. Using 2 succulent flowers I picked up from Dollar Tree, I positioned them in the back of the truck using floral foam to hold them in place. I then added a few twine carrots from, you guessed it, DT, and it was ready for the tray. here's the final look of the tiered tray, guys. I could not be prouder, especially since this is my first time styling one. The carrot cake printable was designed by yours truly, and there's a link in the description box if you're interested in printing it out. So to give you some deets on the rest of the decor, the ceramic house and the egg garland are both from Dollar Tree, and then the gold bunnies on the top and bottom shelf and the candle are from the Bullseye Playground at Target. Oh, and I also changed the window clings on the treat jar to something that would really pop against the foil on the candies. I feel like it looks a whole lot better that way. So that's it for this video. Drop a comment below and let me know which DIY was your favorite. And before you leave, do your girl a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done it already. Let's get lost in the DIY sauce sometime soon. See ya!